Hi everyone, my name is Amber Hollitz, and today I'm going to be chatting with you about Midstate's current positioning statement and how we can alter it to more properly influence and impact incoming students, parents, and the communities we serve. So right now, Midstate's positioning statement is a little bit too general. It's something that almost any college, and especially technical colleges around the area, could just implement their own name right in front of the statement, and it would have the same influence. So I want to look at some small changes we could make that would keep the core messaging of the current statement, but put in some motivators and some extra insight for those incoming students and parents to look at that would make them be like, hey, why would we choose Midstate over a competitor? Midstate's current umbrella message revolves around lifelong learning. So I would like to change that to learning without limits. I think that envelops that same sense of lifelong learning and the idea that you really can learn whenever. It's never too late to learn. You're never in the wrong place to learn. But it would kind of provide those students and parents with a stopping point. They might look at it and they'd be like, hey, learning without limits? Like, no limits, really? And I think that would maybe just be more impactful from someone who's just scanning through so many colleges. The application process for college is crazy, as we all know. And if you see lifelong learning versus learning without limits, I think we all know which one might make you stop and be like, hey, maybe this is something I should look into more. That being said, did you know that academic quality is actually more important in students and parents' researching processes for colleges than even cost or financial aid is? This information was brought to us by Forbes. They did a study in which they evaluated some of the top reasons students pick the colleges that they pick, and academic quality was found to be the number one leading factor. We all know Midstate is a low-cost option, and that's something that a lot of parents and a lot of students already know, and something that is obviously important to them, but as the study shows, not as important as something like academic quality. So I think in the positioning statement and the umbrella message, the academic quality of Midstate should really be highlighted, since that's something that students and parents are really going to look at over the cost, over financial aid, over all the things like that. So academic quality is something that, again, just needs to be at the core of that message. And I think just by adding a few things to the current positioning statement, that can be easily achieved. So let's talk a little bit about mindset. We all know that in the sales funnel, there are 3 levels. There's awareness, consideration, and then that final step that you hope you can get all your customers to, which is evaluation. So for technical schools like Midstate, the awareness step is something where you would first grab the person's attention. You want them to think Midstate is a viable option for my needs and for my future educational journey. When we get down to consideration, you're going to hope that Midstate is at least in their top 5. And again, that's something that a good positioning statement can really help you achieve. When you get down to the final round of the sales funnel, that evaluation, you're going to want Midstate to be the one that that future student chooses and says, hey, you know what, I'm going to attend Midstate. And that mindset is going to be achieved by the primary message and the supporting messages that we're going to talk about in just a second. So the next thing we're going to cover is the primary message. This is going to be that long positioning statement that is going to enrich all the things that we just talked about, and this is going to be what's actually put out there. This is going to be what the students and the parents and the community is seeing when they look up Midstate, and so it's really important that this positioning statement sets us up and differentiates us from any competitors that they might be considering. The new positioning statement that I am proposing is as follows. Midstate Technical College provides current students with hands-on experience, allowing them to feel confident looking toward their future careers, while also transforming our communities by providing graduates at the forefront of career readiness. Now, as I'm sure you can tell, this positioning statement is not too far of a leap from the original positioning statement, and that's a good thing because we're not trying to do a whole brand repositioning right now. We want the overall brand to remain the same. We just want to position ourselves in consumers' minds a little bit differently. So the 2 things that were added, the 2 main things, were confidence and the forefront of career readiness. So obviously, any college is going to be providing you with a future career, we would hope. But are they going to provide you with confidence in that future career? You really want to highlight that as something that Midstate is going to do, because obviously, I know I hope this for myself, and I'm sure everyone has hoped this for themselves when they're starting any job, but especially a job that they're hoping will be a lifelong career. You don't want to go into that feeling shy and nervous. You want to go into that with confidence, and we want to highlight that as something that Midstate will provide. We will provide you with confidence. You can get a career through any college, but can you get a career with confidence? The second important factor of this new positioning statement is that forefront of career readiness. So career readiness was mentioned in the original statement. But if we highlight that we are at the forefront of career readiness, that takes on a little bit of a deeper meaning for students and their parents. Anyone going to any college is going to, at the end of it, be somewhat career ready. But focusing on the fact that Midstate is going to bring you out at the top of that career readiness is something that, again, will make those students, make those parents pause and go, hey, maybe Midstate is truly a really good option for me. So when I was thinking what would be the supporting message to kind of back up that one umbrella primary message, I kind of inputted each supporting message into the primary message, as you'll see in just a second. So when we get down to the supporting messages, that's where we kind of split up our sales funnel again, back into awareness, consideration, and evaluation. For the awareness stage of the sales funnel, we want to really focus on hands-on experience, and we do say that directly in the primary message. So right there, you're pulling directly from the primary message, and you're going to be able to support that very well. When we get down to consideration, you want to focus on confidence in your future career, which again, was mentioned directly in that primary message. When we finally reach the stage of evaluation, you want to focus on what relevant impact you're going to have in your respective field. And that's where in the primary message, we said the forefront of career readiness, that's going to parallel and be the same thing. So essentially, we're pulling a part of the primary message out for each level of the sales funnel and just really focusing on that for any supporting messages that we're going to put out there. And then finally, we get to desired action. So as every business person hopes, you're going to get your customer to actually do something about it. That's with the calls to action and all those lovely marketing things. You want your customer to actually do something with all the information that you've put out there. So in this case of Midstate, the awareness stage, the consideration stage, and the evaluation stage are all going to be very different actions. When we're in the stage of awareness, we want the person to research Midstate. You want them to say, hey, I've heard about Midstate. Now, what is Midstate kind of about? When we get down to consideration, you want them to actually apply at Midstate. You want them to be considering it, yes, but deeply. Like, we're applying, we're getting down to it. This is in our top 5. And then when we get down to evaluation, obviously, the consumer, the future student, would choose to attend Midstate. I hope that this presentation has done a good job of explaining the positioning statement that I'm proposing, and I just want to thank everyone who has listened for their consideration. And if you have any questions or any further things you'd like to talk about, just reach out and let me know. And I hope everyone has a great day.